we are here with AHughesZ. She is our newest licensed artist. So welcome, Angela. Actually, you welcoming me in your studio.
Right.
So photographing her beautiful collage birds she has made for us that we're going to be producing them digitally. She has the originals that are also available for purchase, but they are absolutely beautiful in person. Wish you could see them right now. The photographs will show them. But tell us, Angela, what kind of birds do we have?
So I did a series of 4 different South Carolina birds, mostly like marshy birds found more towards the coast. There is the spoonbill. There's the clapper railing, also known as the marsh hen. We have a white ibis or abyss. Terrible, I don't even know how to say it correctly. And then the black skimmer. They all have lots of little personalities, so many different layers. All the collages are made out of wallpaper pieces. So there is this beautiful like juxtaposition of patterns and colors and textures that you don't always get with the painted papers. It's also more economically or environmentally friendly. Not economically.
That's all right. No, it is
environmentally friendly because the wallpaper that I use, I do not. I do buy some of it. I'm not going to say that. But a lot of the wallpaper comes from recycled wallpaper books that would typically get put into the trash, or recycled, I guess, is in some different instances. But yeah, and all these different birds are from different times that me and my family and my children have been on the coast, and we've seen and experienced with. Kind of little memories in each one.
I love that. And I also love that you're saving the birds by making new birds in a way.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah.
Very cool. It's a really cool process to see this and to have this time in your studio to see it and really kind of be able to touch and feel it. So to you, what does start with the art mean? Does that resonate with you in any way?
I think, well, of course, as an artist, I think you always start with the art in any space. But for me, though, starting with the art is finding something that is intentional, because art is not a haphazard kind of thing. It's not something that can just be done, without thinking about it. It's intentionally made. So when you start with the art, you start with intention, and that is really important because you want all of your spaces to have some kind of intention or, meaning or feeling to them. And all art evokes some kind of feeling, whether it be curiosity or excitement or sadness or just something that makes you feel happy or evokes a memory or kind of brings to the forefront something that you hadn't thought about in a while. I think all those are really important things that when you start with the space and you start with the art, you'll always have that feeling with you as you look up at your walls.
I love that. I really do. That's definitely that's more than I had even considered what that means, especially in the type of art that that I create. It's a different kind of take on imagery, with it being photography.
Right.
Photography is totally different than painting, but it's one of those things that it's always kind of capturing that moment, whether it be a photograph and they say
but it's still intentional. You
is.
still
You're
have
right.
to intentionally take the photo, and you capture it. It's your intention to capture it in that particular way, which is important. And the viewer, the fun part about art is all the viewers, whoever looks at your art, whether it be a photograph or a collage or a painting or whatever, they're all going to have a different relationship with your artwork. And that is something that makes it so special. So even though I made it for a certain purpose, the viewer is not necessarily going to have that same experience that I did, just because we all have different experiences, different connections to things, which is really fun.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
100%. What is your favorite thing to create, whether it be either your collages or painting, or if it's not either of these?
My favorite. I go through phases a lot where I get very hyper focused on one thing, and as soon as I get that part out, I have to kind of go back to something else. I have to constantly change and evolve. I wish I could say I just do collage, or I just do paint, or even just like watercolors, or whatever it may be. But I can't focus on one thing.
I have that. I can appreciate that. I really can. I don't make jewelry as much as I used to, but that was kind of my first creative avenue, and it's kind of its own form of creativity, with having like tactile pieces versus something that's just maybe a visual representation versus a wearable representation of something. But yeah, I get that. Yeah. I get that. You got to fulfill what you need at the time.
Right. Yeah, it definitely depends on, you're exactly right. It depends on what I need at the time. And I think I don't want to ever feel stagnant in one thing. And for so long, I think as an artist, teachers, or not all teachers, I had some amazing art teachers. I don't mean it like that.
No.
But like, they're like, that is the first question that people ask you. They're like, well, what do you do? And it's like, well, I do a little bit of everything, and that's okay. Like, it's okay not to have one thing that you focus on at all the time, because I don't know, that's kind of daunting to think you have to choose one thing forever.
It is true. I think you're so right. I mean, think about like Leonardo da Vinci.
Right.
He was so different than a lot of artists in that time, because he did so many different things. I don't think he could sit still.
No.
It was his version of maybe social media scrolling. He just
just did everything.
He did it all.
Well, and I think that's what makes a lot of artists like really great, is when they do, push those boundaries and experiment with a lot of different materials and things, and don't settle for one thing or another.
Yeah, absolutely.
So many birds.
Yeah, there are so many birds. We have a collection of three sets of 3. We have already sold your first set, which was the spoonbills of the original, but the digital version of the spoonbills are available and can be produced in any size. They also have beautiful, colorful backgrounds that can be interchanged based on what you're looking for. They also can be produced without a background and on any material that we print on. With Penny and Lucy Lou Art, we print on all different types of wall covering, acrylic, aluminum, polyvinyl, canvas, acoustical panels that can fulfill different needs at the time for your space, whether it be residential, commercial, healthcare, hospitality. That's where we are unique and able to help you start with your art. So thank you, Angela.
Yeah.